Hey, I'm Nico from Licks of the Beast, and in this first tutorial of 2022, I'm gonna explain and show you how to play Adrian Smith's breathtaking solo from The Writing on the Wall. As is the case with most Iron Maiden singles, this song was co-written by Adrian Smith. Iron Maiden dropped this single on us kind of from out of nowhere in 2021, so it caught many fans, including myself, off guard. And nothing could have prepared us for the 16 bars of awesomeness that is the second solo, which is of course played by Adrian. I think most would agree that this is one of Adrian's best solos of the past 20 years. It has all the elements that make his playing style so great. Wide vibrato bends, cascading lines, excellent pacing, and a unique sense of melody that is unmistakably Adrian Smith. This is a fairly long solo, but with its excellent pacing, it doesn't ever feel long or dragging. Instead, it keeps you engaged throughout and actually left many of us wanting more. It also happens to be very well structured, and that makes it easy to separate this solo into smaller sections. So I'm going to break the solo down into 8 separate licks to make it more manageable, and I'm going to explain a little bit about each lick so that you don't just know how to play it, but also how the solo is composed and why the licks are phrased the way they are. Before getting to the actual solo, let's take a quick look at what is going on musically, starting with the rhythm guitar. So we're in the key of D minor, and the backing rhythm is a very standard 1-7-6-7 chord progression using only power chords. So we have D, C, B flat, and C again. This pattern repeats 4 times for a total of 16 bars. And on the last repeat, the last C chord is replaced with this ascending pattern. So it's just a straight D hexatonic scale played in ascending order, but it just sounds so awesome in this context. And don't let the exotic sounding name fool you. A hexatonic scale is literally just a 6-note scale, exactly like a pentatonic, but with the added second. So this is a pentatonic, and this is a hexatonic. For his solo, Adrian is using the Aeolian mode and the hexatonic scale throughout. The Aeolian mode is being played mainly in these 2 positions here. And the hexatonic scale is also being played in the same 2 positions. There are no outside notes or notes borrowed from other modes or parallel keys, but Adrian still manages to keep the listener's attention with some clever phrasing that has a very vocal quality to it. In fact, this is a very singable solo, as is the case with many memorable classic solos like Stairway to Heaven, Highway Star, Another Brick in the Wall, and You Shook Me All Night Long, just to name a few. Now that we've looked at the building blocks and musical structure of the solo, let's get to the licks themselves. Again, I will break this down into 8 separate licks, and I will play each one at regular speed, and then again slowly. Alright, let's get to it then. One thing I've always loved about Adrian's solos is how he often comes up with these incredibly catchy opening licks. And on The Writing on the Wall, he starts with this gorgeous lick right here. What an awesome way to start an epic solo. Now let's look at it slowly. Next, he goes into this descending run. Which is a simple repeating motif highlighting the notes F, E, D, C, B flat, and A over the B flat power chord. And again, these are all notes from the D natural minor scale, only they're rearranged in a way that allows Adrian to move smoothly down the fretboard instead of doing something like this. So they're the exact same notes, but staying within that box position just feels and sounds kind of clunky. So here's the actual run again. And here it is slowly. The third lick is played over the D and C chords, and it goes like this. So this is just a D minor arpeggio with a short fill, followed by a C major arpeggio with another short fill. So here it is again. And here it is slowly. This next lick has been one of Adrian's go-to licks for the past 25 years or so, but he always finds a way to make it sound fresh and unique. It goes something like this. And here it is slowly. So we're already halfway through the solo. It's different once you start breaking it down, isn't it? So lick number 5 is a very bluesy lick that goes like this. And here it is slowly. This little slide here is a minor detail, but it's a very important one because it acts as a bridge between both parts of the lick, so it makes the whole thing flow better and feel a little more connected. Lick number 6 features some really great melodic use of the hexatonic scale, in a way that reminds me a little of Angus Young, who's a very masterful pentatonic and hexatonic player. It goes something like this. And here it is slowly. Just a little side note here. I really like this descending pattern he does, where he plays a note, goes down a third, up a second, back down a second, and then 3 steps back. You can keep going down the hexatonic scale with this pattern and it sounds pretty cool. You can even add a connecting note between each motif to make it a very smooth and fluid run. And this can be a cool exercise because you're working on your alternate picking, your economy picking, and your finger rolls all at the same time. I think it's kind of cool. Okay, so here's the actual lick one more time to get back on track. The second last lick is a pentatonic lick that picks up exactly where we left off. here it is slowly. And finally, the last flurry to bring it home. And here it is slowly. Notice how the last descending lick is playing almost the exact same notes as the rhythm guitar part, only in reverse order. Together, it creates a really cool climactic line to the end of the solo. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and that it will help you play and or understand this great solo a little bit better. Let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments section. Don't forget to leave a like and do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching and stay tuned for more licks of the beast.